Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa for those who are new here, and thank you so much for watching. In today's video, as you can see by the title, is a Project Pan update. I do these videos every couple of months just to give an update on where I'm at with my project, and it's a little bit of a shop my stash slash Project Pan slash chopping vlog. It's kind of a combo in one. It's a way for me to go through my products and see if I'm really liking them, can I use them up, or can they be passed on, or are they expired, which in today's video is gonna be the case. So if you haven't heard of Project Pans before, it's just pretty much a project you put together. You pull makeup products from your collection and you try to use them up. I know Kelly Gooch has a better video of explaining this, or you can check out my first video. Of course, I will link both down below. So if you like Project Pans, hit the like button, and I would love for you to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all of my Project Pan videos. I have a playlist linked down below, as well as we do DIY, some other makeup videos, lifestyle, vlogs, and fashion. So I would love when you join my little family, but this is gonna be a long one, so I'm gonna stop rambling and get started. So if you are new, this is actually my first year of doing the Project Pan series. My makeup collection has gotten a little bit bigger, so I wanna kind of make sure it stays curated, as well as be able to try new products out. And one, this is a way to do that, as well as make sure I'm legitimately using up products that I am purchasing, because that's kind of a waste of money if you are just buying products and just not using them up, and I don't want to be wasteful. So these last few months have been really interesting because if you are new, I just recently got married, and actually if you want to see how I got this look, I will link that video up in the eye and down below if you are interested in seeing how I got this look. Anyways, so in May I did use a few, did kind of stay consistent with my previous months and check-ins. However, when I hit June, there's a lot of changes that happened. I started working from home pretty much full time, so I didn't feel the need to get ready in the morning, which I know is not good. Also, I got married and I was dealing with a lot of that stuff, so I was just kind of focusing on that. So overall in June, I actually didn't wear a whole lot of makeup, and then I brought some of my Project Pan stuff onto my honeymoon. And if you haven't seen those vlogs, I don't think they'll be up yet, but stay tuned for those vlogs. And so I brought a couple of things on the honeymoon, but overall I actually didn't make a whole lot of progress. However, I discovered that there was one product that I think is just straight up expired and it does not work anymore. I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go in the order of how I apply my makeup. So I have these two concealers. If you are new, I don't typically wear foundation. I'm currently wearing foundation, but I typically don't. This foundation, it is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Foundation, or Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is in the shade 3, but this is the only foundation I currently have in my collection, but this is not in the pan. So I typically just wear concealer and spot conceal. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light 15. I did make some progress on it. You can see in the clips that I will overlay. I didn't make a whole lot of progress, but I am close to finishing this up. This shade is actually becoming pretty perfect for me with my tan now. So I may repurchase this. I'm not 100% sure. I still want to use it all the way up before I fully decide, but I did make decent progress on this one. The other one is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the matte finish, which is the original. This is in the shade Light Sand. I did make some decent progress on this. However, it was just kind of like Maybelline Fit Me. Wasn't a whole lot. I only use this because, as you can see, the shade is way too light for me. I only use this as like an eye primer. As you can see, like the shade is way too light for me, and I just want to use it up, and I figured that is the best way that I can still use it, but you know, instead of just throwing it away. And I think it's great for like an eye base because it's a little bit lighter, so colors tend to pop more. But yeah, I'm getting close, not quite there yet. I have a feeling I'll probably finish up these two concealers at the same time. Yeah, you can see like the massive difference right here. So I'm going to keep these in the pan. I'm continue working on them, and then I'll switch over to some other concealers as well. Okay, going on into powder. I had the Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation in the shade Neutral Ivory. I made absolutely no progress on this. I barely touched this. I don't even think, did I? Oh, I did bring this on my honeymoon, but I don't think I really wore it, to be honest. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is staying in the project because this is actually the only powder that is like perfectly matching my shade. This is the only like foundation that matches my shade currently. So I'm going to keep this in. Hopefully by next check-in I will make better progress, if not use it up, although use it up might be a little optimistic. So for this next product is the Tarte the Tarte Skin Twinkle Lightening Palette, and I have been using this a decent amount. I've been using the, oh yeah, please excuse my nails. I was trying to make them nice, but that didn't work. They got kind of destroyed from the fake nails. But I've been using this middle shade as a under eye powder, and then of course been using this highlight. As you can see there, and in the close-up there is a decent dent. However, I don't think I'm close to pan just yet, but this is the only face palette with, this is the only kind of like under eye powder and brightening powder I have, so I'm going to keep it and just continue progress. As you can see, I did make a decent dent. Not quite there of using it up and not quite to hitting pan, but I'm hoping, I think by the next check-in I will have hit pan on that highlighter. Okay, kind of going into cheek products. Alright, let's start with this Cheek Dew from ColourPop. It's their serum blush in the shade Hotline. Didn't make a whole lot of progress on this one as well. I actually found myself not reaching for it because I was reaching for other blushes, which I will show you here in a bit. So there was some progress, but not a whole lot, not compared to like the first check-in that I had this in my pan. But I have a feeling by the next one it'll be kind of the same thing, where it's gonna be like a huge dip, because like as you can see, I end up using a lot of this, and I think if you want it super pigmented, you definitely do need to use a lot. So I'm going to continue using this. It's one of my favorite blushes and favorite blush formulas. I do plan on possibly purchasing more shades of this. I haven't fully decided, but yeah, so this will stay in the project. Okay, on to the next cheek product. This is also going to be a cream. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Turks and Caicos. I brought this on my honeymoon and I just love the shade. I think it's perfect for summer. I did use this a couple of times, so as you can see, I didn't make a huge dent in it, but I have been reaching for it over the Hotline blush, so the serum blush, so that's saying something. So I'm going to keep this in the pan and see if I can just make a little more progress before I take it out, because I think this is just a great summer shade with the peachy tone. It's just so bright, and I love the way it looks on my skin. On to this Kosas Duo that's been in the pan from the very beginning, and there is some progress on it. I have not been really touching this blush side. I've been mostly focusing on the highlighter side, and honestly I have made some decent progress on it. I'm hoping I can hit pan on it soon, but it's just such a creamy formula, so I'm not really sure. I have been going back and forth between this one and then the NYX Duo that I just got. If you haven't seen that video as well, it's like a new drugstore, actually no, I think it's full on new makeup haul that I got specifically for honeymoon as well as wedding day. So I want to take this out. I'm going to keep it in, and I'm going to see if I don't really touch it by the next check-in. I think I'm going to take it out because this is also very summery looks, and with fall coming up, I'm not sure if like the fall and winter time I will reach for it. So I'm going to keep it in and then decide next check-in if I want to continue. But I feel like I made decent progress. There's a huge dip in it. I'm hoping I can hit pan on it soon, but the formula is very creamy, almost like the Super Shock formula a little bit, where it's like as soon as you move it, it just moves. So it seems like you're gonna hit pan, but you're not, because the formula is just gonna go back into the middle. So that's how I feel about this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in. Okay, and then let's see. Onto powder blushes. So this Phase Phase Zero Making Moves blusher, or Phase Zero's, I always mess this up. It's the Phase Zero. Oh jeez. Please excuse my nails. Like, I'm just trying to save them, and they got kind of messed up from like the nails that I did for the wedding, and I didn't take them. I tried to take them off properly, but that didn't work out so well, so please excuse those. Anyways, so this Phase Zero blusher in Making Moves, I feel like it's a peachy, almost orangey version of the NARS Orgasm blush, and I didn't even touch this, honestly. So just with all the other stuff I'm reaching for, and I think I will be reaching for, I'm gonna go ahead and actually take this blush out and maybe come back to it in the fall, just because of that orange tone, which is weird because I feel like I would have been reaching for it, but I'm just not. I don't know why, and then I just haven't had a desire to use it, even though it's a good of like one stop, like blush, highlight, done, move on. Yeah, I just haven't been wanting to use it. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and take it out, and now I don't think I need to replace it because I do have a lot of blush, and that's probably part of the problem. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out, and then in the future maybe put it back in. But I think it's a great blush. I say this every time. I'm really shocked that not a lot of people are talking about it. I think maybe because it's just so pigmented, but I think if you figure out how to use it, it's a really nice blush in my opinion. Okay, so the next one is the ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in the shade Jet Set. A lot of people say this is a bronzer. I've been kind of using it as both. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. There is some progress on it. I did take this on my honeymoon, and I did use it a couple of times, but this is one that I think that's great to like just do a neutral cheek if you have bright colors. I don't know if they still sell this on ColourPop or not. Again, I always try to link everything that I can down below. I'm also going to take this out because I feel like I haven't really reached for it either. Sometimes I do, but honestly I think I need to focus on the other blushes that I have in here. So I'm going to go actually ahead and take this out. I didn't really use it, and the whole point of this is I have to use it, and I just find myself just avoiding it. So I know that's a little bit different than some other project pans where it's like people really focus on them, and I try to. I think also part of the problem is I have too many, so I think if I take these two out, I think I'll make better progress. Also, I think that in the next coming months I do think I'll be wearing more makeup, which I think was also an issue. Like in June I barely wore any, so that's probably why that's probably why there isn't a whole lot of progress. But no, it's fine, it's not a big deal. So yeah, I'm going to take this one out as well, and then I think I'll put that back in the fall because that is a good neutral blush. Okay, the last blush is the e.l.f. blush in the shade Spiced Apple. I actually did make a decent dip on this. I haven't really touched the highlighting side because it's just a little too dark for me, but I did make some progress on it. Not a huge dip, but did make some progress, and I think this has been one of my ones I'm reaching for a ton. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in, and I think I'll make even more progress. I don't know if I'll hit pan. I am starting to see a little bit of the imprint, but I don't think I'll hit pan. This will probably be like a maybe pan by the end of the year, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in. On to bronzer. So I have two cream bronzers. This one is the Undone Beauty is it water cream bronzer in the shade Baked. I made some decent progress on this. I did take this on my honeymoon. I'm actually close to finishing it up. You'll see more in the close-ups, but not quite there yet. This is one that I am using up just to use up because I don't think this is the correct shade. It seems a little yellow for me or for my taste. So I'm going to keep this in. I have been reaching for it, and honestly I am close to using it up, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it in. Okay, so the last cream bronzer is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in the shade Seychelles. This one, not a whole lot of progress. I haven't really been reaching for it, and I think it's because I have determined that I like my creams in stick form. At least personally right now. It could be the fact that the packaging is broken, but I haven't been reaching for it, and I don't think I took this with me on my honeymoon. I might have, but I haven't really been reaching for it. I just think the convenience of the stick is much better, at least for me personally right now. I'm actually going to keep it in because that way I have two cream bronzers that I can kind of go back and forth on. I'm feeling I both use up that Unknown Beauty pretty quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it in. You know, try to focus on it. I know I have a ton of new like cream bronzer, like the sticks and stuff like that. But I do really like this formula. I just kind of wish it was in stick form. Just for me right now, that I mean, I might change my mind in the future. I know some people like kind of go back and forth on that, but I am going to keep it in because I really think the formula is great and the tone is right for me. I am only wearing powder right now, but this is definitely a cream bronzer I do like. I just haven't found myself reaching for it. Again, that could be just the fact that I haven't been wearing much makeup. Okay, and the last cheek product is the Makeup Revolution makeup bronzer. I have not hit pan on it yet, but I am like seeing the indents. Like, it's crazy that the fact that I haven't hit pan on it yet. It's just, I'm close. I'm so close. And now, you know, I can't say that this is my only bronzer because I do have that Charlotte Tilbury one, which is the one I am wearing. But I am going to keep this in because I want to focus on it. I'm determined to hit pan on this. I'm so close. So I really do like this bronzer. It's a great tone and it's a nice formula, and it's so big. Like, I think it might be the same size as the Charlotte Tilbury now that I think about it. Yeah, it's almost, yeah, it's the same size. That's crazy. And it's almost the same exact tone. This one definitely is a little warmer than this. Actually, yeah, it looks pretty close. Actually, this one looks a little warmer and actually a little darker, but this is definitely more cool tone than this one in person. But yeah, same size. I don't know if it's a dupe. I'm still testing this one out more just to confirm if it's a dupe or not, but like I said, I am wearing it and it does look really nice. It definitely contours. It's not one where I feel like it's a little bit, and both of these actually are, they're very easy to use, meaning like you can build them up and it won't go crazy, at least on my particular on my skin. I feel like both of those are great for like layering and building it up, and it's just like it's very hard to mess it up, at least on my skin. So yeah. Okay, on to eyes. Now this is where I discovered that this eyeshadow is expired. So I took a different eyeshadow palette out. I believe it was like the ColourPop Taupe palette, and I put in the BH Cosmetics Santa Fe palette, and I used this a couple of times, and I'm honestly noticing that these shadows are just not working like they used to before. I did buy this a long time ago. I did try to do some different looks. Like I used this purple. I definitely used the shimmers and the golds, and then these like more warm tones because, you know, with summer being here, I wanted to lean more warm tone. But I found that they were very, very patchy, and like they were very hard to work with, and it took a long time just to get the look, or just to get close to the look that I was going for. So honestly, it doesn't like smell weird or anything like that. It's just, they're so like, they were not easy to use, and I feel like I remember this palette being particularly easy to use. Like I did a 5 days 1 week with this palette, and I was able to create some really interesting looks. I think this is expired, and so I'm actually going to I am going to throw this out because they're so patchy. I can't even pass this along because it's like everything is super crumbly, and the like the mattes are not like, they're not, yeah, it's like super crumbly, and the mattes are just don't blend. The shimmers don't, like, none of it like blends that well. So unfortunately, I hate to do this, but I am going to throw this out because I think it's expired. So I'm actually going to be replacing it with 2 different palettes, and actually one is like I think pretty much has the same shades as this, which is the ColourPop Sandstone palette. As you can see, it's a warm toned palette, very similar shades. There are missing like the blues and some of the purples, but very similar, very summery. ColourPop came out with this last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. And very, very pretty. I think this is a perfect crease color for me, especially it's like not too warm but not too cool, so it's like right in the middle. But these shimmers and mattes are beautiful, so I'm gonna and I actually haven't used this in a while, and I'm also kind of curious. Hold on. So I put these side by side, and there are some similar shades, but I think there is still some enough that are a little different. Like this shimmer is actually pretty pink compared to this one. So yeah, so I kind of want to put these like head to head and see if these are like dupes for themselves, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely haven't played with this in a while and I want to, so I'm gonna add that. And the next eyeshadow palette is one I barely touch, is the e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette. And okay. And this one is all greens and blues, which are my two favorite colors honestly to wear. Actually, orange is the other one. These are kind of like my favorite colors to wear on my eyes. I think they complement my skin and eye color really well. So I'm going to put this into the project just to kind of push myself creatively. I love some of these blues. I think like this like glitter formula is really pretty. And unfortunately this one got smashed, but like these blues and the greens and yellows I think are great and also perfect for summer. And also it could be, it's a nice mix up between like the sandstone and this one. So I'm going to put these and see how see where my progress goes. I have a feeling I'm going to hit pan on this Vortex shade because it's just a great easy crease color, or if it's just like you want to put minimal eye makeup, you can just put that on just to kind of contour your eye a little bit. Yeah, so those are going to be my eyeshadow palettes. Okay, continuing with the eyes. Now, I have the Physicians Formula Eye Booster in the shade Ultra Black. I've used this a couple of times, and then I've used it today to actually recreate the wing. And I really like this formula. I think it's starting to go bad or drying out a little bit, so I'm going to keep it in. I'm going to keep pushing myself to try to perfect the cat eye. I'm working on it, but you know, work in progress. And so the other two eyeliners are the LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner in Electric. Barely use this. Barely use this. I thought I was going to do more color than I thought. But again, I think that was also kind of due to the fact I didn't really wear makeup in June except for honeymoon and wedding day, as well as some of the other bridal events. But other than that, I really didn't wear a whole lot of makeup. I also didn't see myself kind of geared towards this, so I'm actually going to take this out, and I do plan on using it probably for some like photo shoots coming up or some other events coming on. I don't think I'm going to be actively panning it. Also, I find that it's really hard to pan eyeliner. This is the other one. This is ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade Sub-Zero. Didn't even touch it, taking it out because I feel like I could put my browns, I haven't fully decided, but I can put other eyeliners, and I've just been reaching for other eyeliners, and it's just, I'm taking it out. I know I didn't do a good job this particular check-in of like actually actively using these products, because that's the whole point of the project. So yeah, I admit I didn't do that great, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It's fine, you know. We're halfway through the year, just a small mishap, and I think we're gonna get back to it, and we'll be able to finish up some of these products. Okay, going on to lips. Let's start with some lip liner. So this is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Another Round. I did make some progress on it. It is not up yet. I have been reaching for it instead of like the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which is a very matte, I feel like long lasting, and I think this is long lasting as well. I don't think it's as long lasting, but I have been reaching for it for the color, and I think it's just, it makes my lips have some pigment, because actually it helps with bringing my lips out, because my lips are naturally kind of sheer looking. They're not very opaque in terms of pigmentation, so I like this as like a your lips but better, and just to kind of put it on and some gloss over it just to add something to my lips, especially when I'm not wearing a whole lot of makeup or wearing like no makeup. This is a great lip liner. However, I did make some progress on it, and I will keep it in because I feel like I can feel myself using that one up, honestly. Okay, on to lipstick. So I have the Ariel lipstick from ColourPop. I have used this a lot. I did bring it on with me to the honeymoon. It's a great peachy tone. I know they've done a new collection with the same color, so this is like the old packaging. So if you haven't gotten this lipstick, I would highly recommend. It's a great peachy nude tone, as you can see in the close-ups, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's one that I like leave in my purse, kind of a peachy nude, and it goes great with a lot of the looks, especially warm tone looks. So I have been using this a lot, keeping it in because I have been making good progress on it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I have. And yeah, I am really excited about this one. I'm getting close. Okay, last products are glosses or / oils. So this is the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Gen Zen. This one was a throw it in purse kind of a product, and I was using this a lot. I took it with me on my honeymoon. It actually saved me because somehow I forgot chapstick and my Laneige lip sleeping mask on my honeymoon. And so, or I didn't leave it there, I left it here and I didn't bring it with me. And this this thing kind of saved my lips in the long run, honestly. So I made decent progress on this. I definitely like this formula. However, I'm not liking like the shimmer aspect. I definitely want the more solid creams. So definitely when I use this up, I want to purchase the non-shimmer formula for this. So I'm going to keep it in since I'm making good progress on it. Then the last one is the e.l.f. Lip Pumping Gloss in the shade Peach Bellini. Made a little bit of progress on this, nothing major, not like the Luxe Lip Oil. This is a great pumping gloss. It does burn, however, it is temporary. And I'm not sure, I've never had like the Too Faced one, so I don't know like what the range or what the scale is on how bad this one is. But I definitely noticed that it does pump your lips, it, you know, and gives them a nice gloss, and it actually stays pretty well, and it stays pretty pumped for a while, especially particularly on my lips. And I think it's a great nude. And also if like if like the lip color, like for example, if this is like too bold for what you were going for, this particular color kind of tones it down, brings down saturation, kind of nudes it out a little bit. So I like it for that. So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in. Okay, so I feel like I've been talking like 100 miles an hour, but honestly there wasn't a whole lot of crazy updates except for like that expired eyeshadow palette. So that's kind of why this is kind of fast and quick, and honestly there wasn't a whole lot of changing because I am reaching for the products that I am keeping in the pan. So I don't know, I mean, let me know your thoughts on like how you feel about that. Like if you're not reaching for it in the project pan, is like, does that mean you're doing it wrong? I don't know. I haven't fully decided about, but I feel like this kind of series, I think this whole you know, idea and project is just so personal to what you want to do, because like mine is just, you know, chopping block, you know, an actual project pan, as well as kind of testing it a little bit, and also so it's like a combo of things, and also a little bit of trying to make things work as well in terms of like shades or whatever stuff like that. I'm rambling and I keep looking at products and thinking of like, okay, is there some things I need to take out and leave in? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, unfortunately not the progress that I wanted or expected, but that's okay, minor setback, and you know, we're only halfway through the year, we got a long ways to go, and I think I'll make some really good progress on these products. Let me know down below your thoughts on this project pan update and how you feel about, like, you know, if you're not reaching for products. Like, I'm really curious to know. It's like almost feels like reverse, because you just like, the whole point of it is to actually use the products, and if you're not reaching for it, that means are you really working the project? I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence on that, but yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, as well as some projects you are panning and how your project pan is going. I'm really interested on seeing how, and I got some comments on the last video of like saying like, yeah, cream products are hard to pan. Yeah, they are. They really, really are. As well as powders, especially big powders like the bronzer, like the, you know, honestly, it's an interesting project, and it's an interesting series. It's one that I am enjoying filming as well, and doing as well as watching. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and subscribe for the next update, as well as some other videos that I have here on my channel, which are vlogs, DIYs, some wedding content. I am officially a married lady, so there's not going to be a whole lot more wedding content. However, we are moving on to the next step and trying to purchase our first home. So if you are interested in house content or home buying content, check out our series, our home search gauntlet, and subscribe to see those videos. I have some new videos up with that. And yeah, and also I would love for you to subscribe just to join our little family here on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram. It's at From Hem to Stem. I'll link that down below. And yeah, thank you again so much for checking out my project pan update, and see you in my next video. Bye.